Hello everybody, I'm Lama Kunzong. I live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I give teachings all over the world. Today we'll speak about the meaning of life. What is the goal of life? Why are we alive? Is there a God? Is there no God? Are we alone? All by ourselves? How can we live a pleasant life? Is it possible to have an happy life? This will be today's teaching. Welcome. We are in the Templo Escola Budista do Rio de Janeiro, the school and temple of Buddhism in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Usually, the modern science gives us the impression that something happened just after the Big Bang. We are stardust, and the consciousness is something who appears slowly from the stardust to the human being at the top of the creation, at the top of the manifestation, at the top of the universe. Is it right? Is it wrong? This is not the goal of Buddhism to know it, and we will not talk about this today. We will talk about the principle of Buddhism. How life appears, how life appeared in fact, and how life is maintaining itself in good strength and condition to realize the goal of any organism, thrive. For Buddhism, there is a huge field of energy, of consciousness, and of vitality. And the three aspects are not divided. They are strongly together, working like a process, a whole process of manifestation or creation, could be creation too. How does it work? At first, Buddhism told us, the Buddha taught us that the basic element is the consciousness. Everything is conscient. Even a stone, even a mountain, even an animal, even a plant, everything is absolutely conscient. And the type of consciousness is called Buddha, from Buddhi, who means knowledge, awakened knowledge. It could be a kind of wisdom, and it could be a kind of realization too. This is a mix of the three aspects. This huge field of consciousness, vitality, and light is working in front of us and inside of us. How does it work? For the vitality aspect, we have the four elements: the air, the fire, the water, and the earth. The four are considered not only by the way we experience them daily, but like principle of air, principle of fire, and principle of water and earth. These principles are behind any kind of manifestation like wind, like the warmth of a fire, like the liquidity of water, or the strong aspect of the stones. This is vitality, and the rule of vitality is that vitality works with 4 elements. This is what the Greek philosopher called physics. On the opposite side, the light aspect, we have vitality, consciousness, and light. The light is visible through the stars. So we are dust from the stars, stardust, but we are also vitality. This could be called electromagnetism, produced by the Earth, the movement of the planet in interaction with the cosmos and with the Earth and with the Moon particularly. And in the middle of those two aspects, there is vitality, there is light, we have consciousness. And what is consciousness? For Buddhism, there is 2 types of consciousness. The first one is the ego consciousness, the egotic consciousness. This type of consciousness is affected by memories, by traumas, by some aspects of the past, like our DNA, like the memory of past existences, and even has spiritual identities, good or bad, working with us during the time of the life. In Buddhism, there is not especially angels, but we have Deva, which means deities, and we have Asuras, which means anti-gods. That anti-gods are sucking, literally sucking our vitality. And the gods, they are a way to understand the light, but they could be considered sometimes like idols. So we have to be very careful to not fall down inside of idolatry from one way, and at the other side to be only in research, only searching to suck the vitality and to appropriate everything around us like greed persons. So the first type of consciousness is the egotic consciousness, the consciousness of me, of myself. We can experience this type of me when we are afraid, when we are stressed, when we are under the effect of, when we are angry, when we have anger, when we are angry, when we want to be dishonest, when we have no respect for life, because it's only surviving. I will survive, I will survive. And for surviving, I will consider only myself, because it's depend on my life to have this type of comportment. So this type of comportment it's the survival me. We can call it the ego or the me. I am surviving. The Buddha taught us that there is another way to understand the human condition. And this second type of consciousness is the Buddha or awakened consciousness. How can we make the difference between the Buddha consciousness and the egotic consciousness? The Buddha told us that the egotic consciousness is even or very cold, without any emotion, to survive, or full of emotions, totally disturbed by and involved in our emotions. This is not good. We don't have to be warm or cold. We have to stay in the middle step. We have to in the middle path, in the middle way, like always in Buddhism. The second aspect are generally we are very formalist. For example, we think that a monk is someone dressed like a Buddhist monk. He has no tattoo, he's not in white, he has no mustache. We have a certain type of understanding, a certain type of image inside of our mind. So that could be someone dressed like a monk, and you will say, oh, he's a Buddhist monk. But there could be someone like me, and you will say, oh, he's not a Buddhist teacher. Impossible, because It seems to be so French, for example. The third aspect is the memories, what Buddhism calls samskaras. Samskaras is something, it's a concept, a very huge concept, a very important concept, because there is no exactly words in English or in French or in Portuguese in Brazil to make us understand exactly what is samskara. Samskara, it's like when you are walking with the car, you are riding with the car on the sand, and you have the types, the line of the car, the two lines of the car. This could be samskara. It's the print, really the print of past emotion, past decision, past thoughts, past experience, past confrontation with a devilness aspect of life or good aspect of life. It's also a spiritual print. That kind of print, they are really conditioning our experience, because our life, because we are basing our life, the ego is understanding our life on the basis of his own experience, and only his own experience. The fourth aspect is the willing, when we try to make the others obey, when we have a direction and we want the people to follow us. We are certain of the meaning, we are certain of the way, and we want the people to do like us. And the fifth aspect is the duality, the dualistic consciousness. This is the ego. Ego is dualistic consciousness. Ego is willing. Ego is experience. Ego is formalism. And ego is emotions and loss of emotion. The Buddha me, the Buddha ego, is really different. When the ego is duality, the Buddha is omnipresent intellectuality. This means the ability to understand everything the way a Buddha really does. He can project his own consciousness inside of a tree and have really the experience of the power of that tree for curing, for to give wood, and so on. So at the beginning of humanity, it seems that we had this possibility to really investigate without experience the object of our life and to have a spontaneous knowledge. The second aspect is confiance. We can have trust in others. And this is very different from wanting to, I will do, I will experience, I will be the chief. No, a Buddha is confident. That means that it could be involved in any kind of experience. He will stay himself. He will not change. He's not schizophrenic. He could be authentically himself in any kind of experience. And when the ego is experience, the Buddha is only compassion. Compassion means suffering with the others. We can have this understanding, that possibility to investigate the consciousness of others with conscience. We can stay trust in ourselves, in our own experience, and trust in the others, and we will feel what is the problem. So this is called compassion. Calm is with, patient is suffering. We can suffer with the others. It's okay. I can understand why you experience. I can understand how you feel like, because I'm compassionate. The fourth aspect is not formalism. It's pure clarity. A Buddha is someone absolutely clear of what he wants to do, of what he's experiencing and what he is, in the past, in the present, and in the future. He is like he is, authentically himself. And the fifth element is equanimity. Equanimity is not lust of emotion, but this is not emotionality. This is not that twist of emotions that will make you cry, or that will make you happy, or that will make you having different emotions. It's equanimity. That means that in any kind of result, any kind of ends, of ending, of any experience, a Buddha is capable to feel quiet, really quiet. It works, okay. It doesn't work, okay. It's not today, okay. It's so okay. I will adopt the best point of view to overpass the situation, feeling and keeping the quiet, feeling absolutely and totally quiet. This is the difference of an egotic person, absolutely involved in duality to emotions, a Buddha who is involved in omnipresent intelligence to equanimity. These are the two differences. So when we are immersed in the universe, we can experience really the cosmic experience. We can experience the lights, and we can experience the vitality absolutely with a lot of emotions, a lot of formalities, a lot of experience, a lot of willing, and a lot of duality. And I will suffer. I will absolutely suffer to have a dualistic point of view. I will absolutely suffer to have to fight, to have success. I want, I will, and I will have a fight to do it. We can also experience only our experience. We are totally immersed in our experience, and we are not capable to take the exit. We can also experience vitality and light in a very formal way, and we can also experience it with lust of emotion or full of emotions. But if we are awakened, if you want to live like Buddhas, we can make the experience of the light like something incredibly intelligent. This is called astrology. We can also be absolutely confident with that light. We can merge our experience in compassion. We can also experience the vitality clearly with any kind of formalism. And we can also be absolutely quiet, experiencing equanimity, not without emotion, not without too much emotions. This is the Buddha way of life, and I will invite you today with our teachings here in the temple. We are 5 Buddhist teachers, lamas of Tibetan Buddhism called Dzogchen. And we invite you to experience the techniques. Because if there is a teaching and there is no techniques, how will you do the experience of Buddhism? You will feel totally, absolutely closed inside of your mind. But at the opposite, if you are practicing and you have no understanding of the road, of the map, of the direction, you will feel absolutely lost in space. It will be something funny or something you want to experience in one time of your life, or it will be something absolutely boring. This is the difference. So we can have a road map, and we can practice techniques. That way we do not feel alone, but we are not only experiencing something in the mind, we can absolutely physically experience the joy to practice and to understand the way Buddhas are. See you soon for other lessons. That was the first one in English. We will have others. Ciao.
Notre équipe. À très bientôt. Ciao.